Right, today we're going to be looking at Chara Golf Club, Siberia. This course was in the recently added course list and had got 0 plays when I saw it. I like the look of the thumbnail, so thought I'd give it a go. So let's take a look and see how it plays. So we'll have a playthrough of the first hole just to get an overall feel for the course here. We knock one down the fairway and it's just hitting to the right, but you see lovely wide fairway there. We can see the green up ahead, some protection with a few bunkers around there. And yeah, we set up ourselves good for our approach shot. Now as we take a look around the first green, you can see that fir trees or pine trees there. Now those trees make up the majority of the theme here, and I love the way that they've just used the one particular type of tree. It really adds to the effect. So we play our approach shot. You can see the course appears to be set up on some kind of plateau above a forest. These are big greens on this course as well, so getting close to the pin is the key to some good scores, I think, there. Otherwise you could be left with quite a hefty putt to roll in, which we didn't manage to do, but we just managed to get in for our par. So let's look at that theming in a bit more detail. We've got sort of a fertile course which seems to be in some kind of barren wasteland. There's a lot of sand and rock around the environment. And the planting's done very well. We've got, say, that fir tree theme. Also, at part of the course, we've got these lovely sort of maroon or deep reddy brown bushes there, which really add to the overall colour scheme. And we can see here as we pan round again some lovely rock work, again adding to that sort of barrenness. And it's a very unique landscape. I don't think I've seen an environment like this on a course before. But the course itself is laid out very meticulously. It's very well manicured. And you can see as we take our tee shot on this par 3, we've got a lovely big green there, again protected by bunkers, but it's nice and wide, so I think, yeah, it'd be a good course for people new to the game to play on as well. So the theming itself is a delight. It's very consistent. It's a lovely colour palette. It does change a little bit later on. It's a bit of a surprise, and we'll come to that in a bit. But the fairways, I like the fairways here. They're nice and wide. You get some nice undulations. There's a bit of rough off the sides. There's some fairway bunkers, but there doesn't seem to be too many hazards here. Now the default wind was high. I toned it down a little bit for the video, so I can imagine that with the wind really high, it does provide a bit more of a challenge in keeping those shots straight, especially if you have a bit of a problem with the master swing like I do. So let's take a look at the greens. We've seen that the greens are already quite large. The default settings for the greens are firm and fast. This isn't too much of a problem. They're lovely putting surfaces. There's some very slight and gentle undulations on there. There's no massive slopes or anything. They're really nicely smoothed out, so they're a joy to put on these. They provide some nice challenges. If you're not close to the flag with your approach, you've still got a fair chance for getting down in 2 for your par. So as we see, as we take our tee shot here on the 8th and we head straight into the bunker, there's a lovely lake in the background. And this comes into play on the sort of second 9 of the course. We've got a really interesting clubhouse there, like some kind of research station. I really like that design. We can see as the camera pans round now, we can see that water towards the left-hand side. And we get another good view of the course as a whole. So we take our tee shot now down the 10th, and this is now heading towards the water. This is where the theme changes slightly. So you may notice here that as we head towards the water, we've now got an abundance of sort of gold and yellow bushes appear rather than the dark brown ones. So we can see that the designer's done a theme there where the water is making a difference. You can see down the little streams that come into the lake as well. We've got yellow and green bushes there. So it's quite a changing theme. It's quite a nice one as well, something a little bit different. So again, we can see a lovely green there surrounded by water. We see that change again, and it just adds to the whole aspect of the course. I really like the way that that's been done. So we'll look at the par 4 13th now. This is a little teaser of a hole. Just look at that green. It's easily drivable off the tee, but can you get the ball to stop without it either dropping in the water or rolling straight off the back? That's the question. Nice hole. I've got a very visual appealing tee shot off the 14th here. Now we've got to be careful not to hook that into the water on the left hand side, but the fairways are quite wide, so as long as we can keep that fairly straight, it sets us up with a good approach shot for our second. So overall then, I think this is a great course. It seems relatively unknown. It's still only had about 50 odd plays when I've done this video. So we need to get out and play this one. It deserves a look. It's very nicely laid out. It plays a nice game of golf. The course is varied. I love the landscape and the theming of it. I think it's a very unique kind of theme with that sort of a little bit of a what you call a muted colour palette, but it just works so well. So here we are finishing up on the 18th, and we managed to roll that in for a birdie and finish at 1 over par, which was not too bad. So a big thanks to the designer on this one. I'm sorry I don't know who that is. It doesn't show for me here, but it's Chara Golf Club, Siberia. Well worth a play, well worth some of your time. So thanks very much for watching. Hope it's been useful, and we'll see you again.